A lot of times we have to understand the model, and it really is serious. It's not personal, it's just business. And I know some people be like, it's never that, Eric. It's always personal because this is business and business is personal. You're right. When it comes to, making your own deals and things like that, I understand. That's always going to be personal. So even when people tell you it's not personal, it's business, and you got your own entrepreneur, you got your own business, I understand that. But when you're at the job, and you report to somebody or somebody reports to you, you got to understand. Sometimes it's not personal, it's just business. Because you have to get the personal sometimes aspect out your mind. Because if you don't, you won't be able to give feedback to people, and you won't be able to take feedback. Me personally, whenever I'm giving feedback from certain people, like when I was at the egg roll company and I got bad feedback, they were giving me criticism, I would take it, listen it, and whatever applied, keep it. Whatever didn't apply, shove it out the window. And then there were times where I would hear stuff and be like, should I keep that? And be like, don't even care about keeping it because she's foolish. She don't care. She ain't trying to help me. She's telling me one thing, but doing a different thing. So you have to understand when you're handling criticism or you're being told criticism by people, you have to be able to separate it from what applies or it don't apply. Kind of like when you're taking criticism of people in real life. Only difference between taking criticism of people in real life that you know and people in the job is, I always say to myself, they really don't know me. They only know the work me. And that's how you have to separate it. Because sometimes people give you criticism at work about, you're not doing this and that. They're only seeing the work version of you. They don't know the real version of you to know how you really are. You're only presenting to them a version that you want them to see, or you're only presenting to them a version of yourself that they want them to see because you don't care about your situation. That's another thing you have to remember. When you don't care, you're presenting a representation of yourself to them that they think is like, oh man, this is how they are? Yeah, I am this way because I don't care. If I cared, then you would see the real me. Since I don't care, this is the me that you're going to see. Eric, that's how you act when you don't care? You just don't even worry about them seeing the yes, because here's the thing. People don't realize when people give you feedback, sometimes some people that give you feedback can be so mean, so hurtful, or so personal that they trying to throw shots at you for other reasons that it can break your psyche. It can hurt your feelings. I've seen coworkers get feedback where they got the feedback and then after that they just downward spiral out of the job, or they just downward spiral every project afterwards because the feedback wasn't coming from a place of helping, was coming from a place of hurting them. Like I heard one coworker say that she got feedback that was like, you're not doing a good job here. Don't know why we hired you. You're a waste. You're a waste of a hire, And then, like I told before, when I was at the egg roll company and the feedback they gave me, if I was weak mentally, not even weak mentally, let's take that back. Let's say, well, I can say weak mentally for me. But other people that get hurt by people that don't know them, I'm not going to say you're weak mentally, but you're allowing people to affect your mental, but you shouldn't have. So you got to stay strong. So I'm going to say this. If I was weak mentally, in my opinion, because that's how I feel like, or if I allow other people to throw off who I am or have opinions about me and I didn't have my own opinion of myself, I would feel some type of way, especially when they said, oh, and you're always talking to the person in research and development. Yeah, because she speaks to me, so I speak back. Oh, you're mad because I'm not going on my way to speak to y'all? Or, hey, well, she says you're not doing a good job. To me, you're not doing anything. I don't know why you're here. Why am I here? And I'm just sitting there full of furious and angry because he's talking crazy and he thinks he can get away with it, but he can't. That's why when they decide to be like, hey, we decided we're going to let you go, you got to go. I didn't do exactly what he said. I went back to my computer, did all this other stuff. He's like, hey, let's go. I'm just looking at him like, get out of my face. Just kept on doing whatever I wanted to do. Then finally, he's like, let's go walk this way. Then walk that way, walked any other way I wanted. Didn't pay him no mind. You know why? Because I know who I am as a person. And you have to know who you are as a person so that you don't let comments of criticism affect you where you're mentally thrown off, mentally hurt, mentally bothered, or feel like they made you small. Once you know who you are, when you hear the comments, you take it, you be like, okay, cool, I'll do better. you get in the process of doing better, and if the process of doing better doesn't happen, don't kill yourself. It's just a job. There'll be other jobs, there'll be other places. And with that job, when I worked at the egg roll factory, I realized that even after they gave me the criticism and I still did what they asked me to do to improve on, I did improve on, I still wasn't good enough. You know why? Because they just had it in their mind that they just didn't want me there. Gary had in his mind like, hey, we just need to let him go. We need to go ahead and just put him out. They kept extending my probation time even longer, even longer. You know why? Because they just had in their mind that this is what they wanted to do. Sometimes people aren't just going to like you for no reason. Sometimes what you do is just going to bother people and they're not going to like you. And if it's like that, it's okay. That's just God showing you that you need to get up out of that situation. So you need to go find another job, or God will remove you from that job, just like he removed me. So when he removed me from that job and I got another job, I ended up filing unemployment against them. And them dummies thought that they were going to win, had an unemployment case, and they gave me unemployment against them. They gave me unemployment against them. They're like, hey, just because you feel like he's not doing whatever you're doing, have you ever written him up? They're like, no. Did you ever discipline him? No. Did you ever send him home? No. Because you're making up stuff. People that don't have their business in check, they out here just playing business. Just because a company's been around for 64 years doesn't mean they have their stuff in place. So this just goes to show you that you can go out there and start your business. Side note, you can go out there and start your business and not have to worry. Because the egg roll company been around for 64 years and still didn't have their business in place. Still didn't have a good C-suite. Still didn't have no good HR person. There's a lot of people out there just playing business. There's a lot of people out there having a business but don't have the right leadership. And they have people in there just making decisions that don't have no kind of proper leadership, guidance, or understanding of what they need to be doing. So don't be hesitant or feel discouraged about when you start your business and you misprint something, or you do something wrong. Because there's people I've been in business 64 years and still don't have it together. So I say all that to say, even after I did what they asked me to do, still wasn't good enough. The next review, I'm like, but you told me to do this. Well, I said, so where's the improvement? Where can you show me? Because they had no PIP, they had no plan. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. They had no PIP, they had no plan. They told me I was going to be on the PIP, never met. They told me we were going to be on the plan, never had no plan. They just gave me a whole bunch of constructive criticism. And if I had been mentally weak to allow them to bother me, I would have felt some type of way. But no, when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. And remember, like I said before my other videos, when I hit you with the, oh, okay, that means I'm not listening to you no more. I went right back to my computer, immediately started looking on Indeed. Even more. Because I knew how to get out of here because they were on some BS. Because they didn't care. They were giving me criticism, but the criticism wasn't coming with solutions. When I asked about certain things or being brought up saying, y'all said this and then I did this, or y'all told me to do this, but then I did this and nobody gave me no answers, that lets me know you're just talking, but with no solutions behind your talking. And what that is someone that's just running their mouth and just playing business. You see a good manager that tells you constructive criticism about yourself, they're going to tell you about yourself and say, hey, I feel like you should be doing this better when it comes to these reports. Then they're going to say, and the way by you doing this better is by doing X, Y, Z. Or, hey, you've been doing managing so-and-so, you need to do this by managing better, doing X, Y, Z. That's what they're going to do. They're going to tell you something and then give you a solution. If they're telling you something but don't give you no solution, they're not really trying to help you. Just a heads up. Because everybody knows. How can you tell me to fix something if you don't have an answer for me to fix? Essentially, you're telling me I need to go out there and fix it myself. But if I haven't been doing it correctly, how am I going to fix it? That's why I said you have to take the constructive criticism with a grain of salt and say to yourself, whatever applies, I'm going to use it. What doesn't apply, I'm going to misuse it and not even pay no attention to it. And the ones that really will apply, every point they make, are the ones that they give you a problem, but then give you a solution. Don't give me a problem and then say, oh, no, it'll get better over time. Or don't give me a problem and then say, hey, we'll meet one-on-one to discuss it, and then we never meet. You're not really helping with the problem. You're just pretending to want to help. So you got to remember, don't let any constructive criticism from work throw you off your game, make you mentally weak, make you mentally hurt, make you mentally small, make you feel small, or bring down your energy or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, they don't know you. They only know the work you. And if however way you're performing, there's a reason you're performing. If you're performing bad, then you must not feel like you're appreciated. If you're like me, and you even after they told you what you need to work on, and you did what they wanted you to do, and you told them, and they still didn't care, they'll let you know they don't really want you there. And it's okay. Because even when they told me what I needed to improve on and I was working on improving and doing better and better, I was still applying for other jobs. Because I know, in my mind, I'm like, so I'm just going to do the best I can do, because I know do it to the best, leave it to the Lord the rest. And I was doing the best I could do, not for them, but for my next job. And sure enough, when they decide to be like, we're going to just let you go right now for your contract, it was fine. Got a new job, got a job offer that same while I was walking in the parking lot. Because God saw the craziness and took care of me because I'm a child of God. And I say all I have to say to you is, the job's not giving you the strategies or the solutions that you need for the criticism that they're giving you. Keep doing the best you can, do the best, knowing that you're working towards your next job that God's going to bless you for. So remember, you got to stay meticulous, stay intentional. Be meticulous about what you want. How you going to get it, how you going to keep it, how you going to grow it. Be intentional about how you're going to connect with people. How you going to make sure you got your path picked out, where you want to be, how you want to see it, and how you see yourself being. And last but not least, keep living your life. Because if you don't, your life is not going to live you.